Hi, my name is Heather. Welcome to Strings and Threads, coming to you from my Dungeon of Dreams. Thank you so much for being here. I love doing crochet alongs. I love doing video tutorials, and I love talking yarn, crochet, and knitting with all of my friends. That's you. So if you like the same things, I encourage you to subscribe and become part of what we do here. I'm really excited today. I came on here to talk about a new project that I've come up with and have listed on Etsy, as well as talk about Gen Con a little bit. I'll talk about the project first. That way, if you're not interested in hearing about Gen Con, then you can turn it off right after you hear about my new project. I do want to, before I get into everything, I wanted to let you guys know that I have some upcoming videos that were filmed at Gen Con. I pre-recorded some videos at Gen Con because I was very productive there. We had a 10-hour drive each way, so I was working in the car there. And when we were there, I had a lot of time to be able to explore and get my creative juices flowing. You will see some upcoming videos that were filmed there, but it doesn't mean I'm still there. Okay, so for the new thing, I love these little fidgets. I don't know if you've ever seen them. You squish them and they just feel really good in your hands. So I took these squish balls and I decided to crochet around them, and there's 6 of them in this pattern. And I decided to call them SquishAwe's, A-W-E, like, oh, it's so cute, SquishAwe's. But I did the frog. So you just crochet around it, and then when you squish it, blah. There's a whale, same thing. There's a bee. Of course, it wouldn't be a pattern if I didn't have a dragon. This one's a fire-breathing dragon. An axolotl. These are so fun to play with. My kids have not been able to put them down. Every time they see them, they pick them up and squish them. And a piggy. I might do more. I had a lot of ideas for these, but I wanted to get them out there. So those are the 6 that are in the patterns, or 6 ideas that I have in pattern form. I have them listed on Etsy. So if you're interested, you can go over there. If you're not interested in buying a pattern, but you wanted to support me, my Etsy store is in the description below. And I will hopefully remember to put a link to these specific patterns, which are all in one. If you went over there and you hit the heart button, you're not buying anything, you're not like putting it on some kind of list where you're going to buy it later. All you're doing is letting Etsy know that you like this pattern or that you like this shop. So if you heart my shop or heart specific items, it helps them show up in algorithms more. What that tells Etsy is, oh, people like this. Let me put it out there more. Let me put it in searches. When you first list something, it basically is nowhere. I have a couple patterns on there that just, I don't think anybody's ever seen. They didn't put them out into searches because there wasn't enough interest, like enough people didn't see it and say they liked it. So believe it or not, even if you're not buying it, that helps a whole lot to heart it and to let Etsy know that you like this. So that'll put it out there. I wanted to say one more thing about that. If you are a member of my channel, you get all my patterns free. So I sent a copy of this pattern to all of my members. So I hope you enjoy that. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and for being here for me. And, you guys are always the first ones to comment. And I just really appreciate you all so much. I'm sorry if I don't say that more, but I am so grateful for you guys. I want to make sure you get at least 1 free pattern a month. So there's at least 1 for you for August. So now for Gen Con. So thank you for all of you who have been saying, I hope you had fun and I hope everything worked out. I had a blast, always, always. So it's about 10 hours drive each way to get there. So we had a lot of driving. This year, the driving, I think, was the smoothest driving. We didn't have to make as many stops, and it just felt like it went a little bit quicker. But I did have a good opportunity to do some projects in the car, so do some knitting and some crocheting. And so, like I said, some of my video recordings are from Gen Con that I pre-recorded because I was able to feel inspired and want to work on certain projects that, you know, maybe work ahead on things we're making Thursday and work ahead on a couple other things. So you might see some of my videos recorded from Gen Con, but it doesn't mean I'm still there. So Gen Con, for those of you who don't know, it's a board and role-playing gaming convention. I don't think I've ever seen video games there. If they do have them, it's just a tiny thing that nobody focuses on, but it's mostly role-playing games and board games. And my family really likes board games. And so this is a really fun thing for us. When you go there, there are options of things that you can do. So you can sign up. You have to buy your badge. Well, they call it a badge. It's just something you wear around your neck. It's your entrance into Gen Con. You have to buy that in January. This year they sold out a few months before Gen Con even started. So people were disappointed that they didn't have the opportunity to go. But if you know, you get everything early. So I got my badge in January. And then a couple months later, they put out a booklet of events that they're having. And so you can go, they're kind of like classes or gaming opportunities. So you can sign up for anything that they're offering and then get tickets for them. And then there's also one big vendors hall, and the vendors hall is where you can go and try out games. You can buy games. You can see what's new. My sons, they bought a game that isn't even released yet. They got to go and play it, and then they bought it right there, and nobody else can get the game until the end of September. So they feel pretty lucky, and their friends are, they're all into the same game, the same board game. It's Axis and Allies, and this one is the North Africa edition, which isn't available yet, but all of their friends are like, "Ooh, we got to come over and play that." So now we're trying to arrange when everybody can come over and play that because they want to play it now. I don't blame them, and they're really into that game. So the vendor hall is a really interesting place to be. They have all kinds of things. They have specialty dice. They have dice towers. They have shirts. They have games. They have, the problem is that it is so packed every day. So I'm going to put in a video of what I took from the vendor hall. It doesn't really even do it justice. It was just really hard. It's so crammed in there. It was hard to move around and get a video of what it was like. But it's a huge hall. There's so much stuff in there, and it's so fun. So let me put that in there. There's also a crafting room, and that's where I ended up spending a lot of time, not all of my time, but a lot of my time. And I got to meet up with friends that I have made at previous Gen Cons. So it was really fun, like seeing the same people. And the fun thing is these are all crocheters and knitters, just like I am. And so it's almost like we just picked up where we left off. It wasn't like it had been a whole year since I'd seen them, but we were just able to pick up and where we left off and chat with each other, which was really nice. And then I made some new friends. But what's really nice too, in the crafting area, they have supplies there that you can use. And so they had a whole bunch of yarn. And then at the end, I stayed there till closing on the last day. at the end, they said, oh, we don't want to take all this yarn back with us. So they let people take some yarn with them. And so I got a little bit of a stash. I didn't go crazy and take everything because it had to fit in our car home. So I just took a few things, and that was really fun. But while I was there, they had people who spun yarn and donated some of the yarn that they spun. So I'm working on a project with some of that homespun yarn, and I'll show that. It's going to be Things We're Making Thursday project for next month. So I'll show that there. I think some of those I pre-recorded. So it might be weird that in September you're seeing something from Gen Con on Things We're Making Thursday, but that's why. And so that was basically the whole time for me. I had a blast. You know, I probably am not doing justice to explain this. I wish I was a better explainer, but I did have a great time. And I'm looking forward to next year. Next year, even though I said I probably won't do classes because I was really upset with how that went this year, I think I am going to do some classes. I'll probably do a few classes with these SquishAwe's because they're quick and easy, and apparently that's just what they want is quick classes. Since I have all of those dragon head dice bag kits made up, I will probably do that next year, but since they only want the classes to be an hour, I'll just put in there that we're not going to finish it. You know, we'll just do a couple pieces of it, and then you can work on the rest on your own. So, you know, we'll see if that works out. Hopefully they'll let me teach my classes next year. That was a really fun experience last year when I did it. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening to this. Thanks for supporting my channel. If you've made it all the way to here, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Have a great day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.